Hello and welcome to A Healthy Passion. I'm so glad you've stumbled upon our website. Now, you probably ended up here because you were searching for a simple solution to help you stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Whether you're trying to lose a couple of pounds and want to get into carb cycling or tracking macros, or you're a busy mama who just wants healthy recipes to feed her family well, you're in the right place. I don't know about you, but I used to spend hours and hours scrolling through the Google, scrolling through Pinterest, trying to find what to eat to stay on track with my healthy lifestyle. And to be honest, I wasted more time than I needed to. I don't know about you, but there's those recipes that you've pinned on Pinterest that you're probably never going to make, or you've pulled a recipe from a magazine all excited to cook it only to lose the recipe after you bought all the ingredients. Well, that's exactly why I created Healthy Passion, was to give you a solution so you don't run into those problems and you can save time, save money, and have simple recipes to help you stay on track and look and feel your best. Now, you're probably wondering what the software looks like, so I figured it'd be fun to take you behind the scenes today and give you a little sneak peek on the back end and show you how exactly I use it to stay on track with my healthy lifestyle. So let's dive in. All right, so once you log into your account, this is what it's gonna look like. Now, when you set up your account for the first time, it'll ask you about lifestyle preferences, allergies, anything from vegetarian to paleo. That way the software will recommend recipes to fit with your needs. Now, I eat everything, I have no allergies, so I'm gonna get a lot of recommendations all over the place. But if you need more specific things, we can do that as well. So when you log into your account, the first thing you'll see is your dashboard, or what I like to call the cookbook. And this is essentially going to be your custom cookbook. Think about creating cookbooks that are digital, that are exactly the recipes that you want inside of them. How cool is that, right? Now, I have cookbooks that I have named anything for my meal plans for the week, so I can stay super organized and shop and cook without a lot of effort. I've also got lists that are my favorite lunches, my prep ahead favorites, things I love to entertain with. If your kids love specific recipes, you can make a list of their favorites. That way it's easy to find when you're making your meal plans for the week. So let's go ahead and make our first list, and let's call it meal plan type 12. That's what we're going to call it today. Typically, I'll make them and put the date of the meal plan, but again, this is just for demonstration. Now, there's a couple of ways you can find recipes, but before we do that, I want to show you guys, just in case you are tracking macros or wanting to start carb cycling, how you can go ahead and set your macros to recommend recipes to fit your needs. So you'll click user, and then you'll see this little macro settings button. You're going to click that. Now, I've went ahead and already set mine, but if you're just starting out, you'll go ahead and plug in your daily calorie recommendations. This is what I do as far as percentages: 45% carbs, 25 protein, 30 fat. And these are my default macros. Now, you can stop there if you're just trying to stay on track with a specific calorie goal, but I personally carb cycle, so I set each individual day of the week. So you can see here my net carbs on Mondays and Tuesdays are set to be under 50 and under 40. And what that's going to do is on Monday and Tuesday, the software is going to recommend recipes that are underneath those goals to help me, again, find recipes that I need to stay on track. I also do low calorie rest days, so I've plugged that in. The software will recommend lower calorie options on Tuesdays and Sundays, and the rest of the week it'll give me regular macros. So you'll set all of that, and then you're going to go to where you want to search for recipes. Now, if you want to get recipe recommendations from the software, you'll click the recipes button. And there's a couple of ways you can go about it. You can look at daily recommendations. So say I just need a meal for Monday, you can click the M, and it'll give me low carb options because that's what I've plugged in. But I want to look at recipes for the entire week. So I'm going to click week. And what this will do is recommend 7 lunches and 7 dinners for the week. Now, I know it's probably very unrealistic for you to cook 7 lunches and 7 dinners a week, but that's the cool thing about building your list, is you can weed through and find exactly what you need that's going to work with your life. I'm not some regular meal plan service that's going to give you a bunch of stuff you're never going to make. Again, this is very customizable to your life. So you can see here, again, I've got low calorie or low carb options for Mondays and Tuesdays. And I'm going to scroll through here and just see what looks good. And then I'm going to start adding recipes to my list for that week. Now, realistically, I prep ahead 2 lunches for the week. So I'll pick 2 recipes for lunch, most likely 1 low carb and 1 regular macro. And then I'll also usually cook dinner maybe 4 times. So typically a meal plan for me will have 6 to 7 recipes on it, and that's it. I try not to go crazy because I don't want to overwhelm myself. So then you'll just start adding recipes. So this looks really good. You'll just click on the recipe. Now you'll see the nutrition information's here. If you have a yearly subscription, you'll be able to print, so you'll see that there. This is a favorite button, so if you want to favorite a recipe, if you love it, you can add it to your favorites. You'll see the recipe number. This is what we're going to track in MyFitnessPal. So if you are tracking macros, you'll plug this into MyFitnessPal with space between the HP and the number. Super cool, because I don't know about you, but I cannot stand plugging in everything I put in my mouth. It's so annoying. It takes the pleasure and joy out of eating food. With this, I can just eat a meal and still track it. No big deal. It also tells you the serving size, which all of our recipes start at 2 servings, cooking time, ingredients. If you're just looking for a recipe to cook right then, you can go ahead and just add it to your shopping list. But again, I'm building a meal plan. You can go to pantry items and see what pantry items are needed. We keep a pantry system of about 16 pantry items, so you're using the same ones over and over again. Again, you're not buying something like pomegranate molasses you're only going to use for one crazy recipe and then put it in the back of your pantry and never use it again. So we want to keep things super streamlined and simple here. Tools needed, and then the directions. So everything's really straightforward, really simple. Now, if I've decided I want to cook that this week, I'm going to go ahead and add it to my list. And the key here is making sure to highlight the list you want to add it to. Now, say I like this recipe and I'm like, oh, this would be really great for entertaining. You can add it to more than one list at once, which is really cool. But we're just going to stick with our meal plan. Okay, so we get the idea of how the recipes button works. Now, there's one other really cool feature that you guys are going to love. It's a browse button. So say you do have a little bit more time and you love something like scrolling through Pinterest, looking at pretty pictures. I like the browse button for that because you can literally pull up pictures and just look and see what looks good. So this is what I do when I have a little bit more time. And I'll sit and I'll scroll and I'll look and I'll drool and then I'll decide, oh, maybe I'm going to add this to my meal plan for the week. And all you'll do is just click the recipe there. We're going to go ahead and add it to the list. So we've got the idea of the recipe recommendations. We've got the browse button. Now, if you want to search for more specific things, you can click the search bar. Now, there's a couple of ways you can search for recipes here. The first is by keywords. You can search for beef, you can search for chicken, you can search for chicken sweet potato, you can search for beef broccoli. You can really type anything into the search bar that you're searching for. If you're looking for Instant Pot recipes, if you're looking for breakfast, type any of those keywords in and recipes will come up. So for example, we'll type breakfast and click search, or you can also click enter. And I'm doing this on a desktop, but our web app actually works really well on iPad as well as iPhone as well as Android. It works across all platforms, which is really cool because you can build a meal plan on your computer, you can look at the recipes on your iPad, you can shop on your phone, and it goes really well between all of them. So if you scroll down, you can see different recipes that are recommended for breakfast. The other cool thing is you can see the nutrition information without even having to click on it. So let's go ahead and add the blueberry almond overnight oats and see what those look like. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add to list, select my meal plan. Again, if it's a recipe I really like, I can add it to my breakfast list, I can add it to my kids' favorites list. Okay, so let's go back to search, and I'm gonna show you guys the macro search feature. So if you are tracking macros, one of the things we run into a lot of times is we need specific macros to meet our goals. So that's where this macro feature comes in, where you can search by carbs, protein, and fat. And it'll recommend anything close to or under what you're searching for. So for example, let's search for something with 100 carbs, 40 protein, and 10 fat. Maybe that's what I need to meet my goals for the day. Just click the enter button there. It'll pull up something that's as close as possible to what you're searching for. So you can see here 75 carbs, 40 protein, 4 grams of fat. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that to my meal plan. Select which one. And the cool thing is if you do have a meal plan or a list that you want to get rid of, you can easily delete it. So you don't have to keep them if you don't need them any longer. There's a little X button for that. Okay, so we're going to go back to the search feature. We also have really cool little quick search buttons. So if you are in a hurry and you're like, I just need to search by a specific thing such as pork, beef, fish, sweet potatoes, you just click that button. Or you can search by recipe number. Again, I mentioned that we have codes for each recipe. So say you love HP 401, you just type 401 in there, hit search, and it'll pop right up. So it makes it really easy to find recipes by code. The last way to search is with our personal assistant, Sarah. Now, she's really cool to search for more specific things. So say, for example, you need specific calories, specific net carbs, a specific ingredient. You just type in recipe, blah, 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 and she'll pull things up that fit your goals. And this integrates with Facebook, so that way you can search from Facebook on your phone as well. I apologize for my dog. Willa, no. Okay, so there you go. We're going to add that one to the list. Now, when your list is complete, I'm going to show you guys how we go about shopping and cooking because, again, We want to make things as simple as possible for you. And I'm all about staying organized. Okay, so here's our lists. When it's time to shop, you're going to pull up your list by clicking the list icon, and you can see what you've got for the week. Now, to shop, you're going to go ahead and click this little shopping icon, and then you're going to select how many portions of each recipe you need. So you can do 2, 4, 6. I'm going to do 2 for this case. And then the cool part is it tells you what pantry items are required for the recipe, so you can go ahead and add those that you need to your shopping list. So what I like to do actually is add all of them, and then I'll go through my shopping, or I'll go through my pantry and cross off the ones I already have. But for time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and add the olive oil. Okay, and then you go to the next recipe. Now, you have to do each recipe individually because you might want 4 portions of this or 6 portions of that. But again, it makes it very simple because it takes you right back to your shopping list, or right back to your meal plan list after you've added it. So we're going to go ahead and add the rest of these. My puppy's in the crate because she started freaking out the first time I shot this video. Okay, we're going to add our sweet and sour pork. Add pantry items. And the last one on here is the broccoli with lime cilantro chicken, which is one of my favorites. I do want to point out one more really cool feature that we have is the ability to share. So one of my passions with living a healthy lifestyle is called Live It, Share It. And that basically means that you're going to live your healthy lifestyle every day and you're going to share it with others. So I've created a share feature. So say, for example, your friend's trying to live healthier, or your mom's trying to live healthier, or you want to share what you're eating with the world. You just copy this right here. You'll share that link, and then they can actually add your list to their cookbook. So they'll click that button and click a list that says add a list, and it'll allow them to actually take what you're eating and eat the same thing. So it makes it really easy. So you can make meal plans, share them with friends, inspire each other. Okay, so now when it's time to shop, you're going to click the shop button, and you'll see I actually already have some stuff on here because I was building a list for myself, but it'll have your shopping list of everything that you need for the week. Now you can see here I've added some additional items. So I need a chicken breast, maybe you need paper towels. You can go ahead and add any additional items on to your list. And the cool thing about the list that the software creates is that it's organized by department. So if you've ever gone grocery shopping and you've been in produce and then you go to meat and you're like, oh crap, I forgot peaches, and you go back, this won't happen with this shopping list. It keeps you super organized to make sure you can get in and out of the store as quickly as possible. The other cool thing is that you can go through and look through your pantry and see what you already have. So maybe you already have some of these things on hand. You can go through and cross those off and then remove them from your shopping list before you even go shopping by clicking the clear button. Now, like I mentioned, you can do this on your computer and then pull it up on your iPhone when you're at the grocery store to make it super simple to find everything. Also, we partnered with Instacart. So with this button, it'll actually take all these groceries and put them into Instacart. So that way, if you want to have it delivered to the house, you can just do it with a click of a button. You don't even have to go to the grocery store. So that's another really cool feature. We also have a print feature for your shopping list. If you are a paper and pen kind of girl like me, you want to print it out and take it with you, that's also awesome too. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is when it's time to cook. So when it's time to cook, you're going to go to your cookbook. You're going to click on your meal plan for the week. You're going to see everything you're cooking in one spot, which is so cool. You're going to click the recipe you're making that day. You're going to pull it up. You're going to get out all your ingredients. You're going to make sure you have enough cooking time. You're going to get your pantry items out, your tools needed, and then you're going to follow step-by-step instructions that are super simple, straightforward, and are actually going to make you a better cook by the time you're done. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you choose to join us and cook with us and change your life and make it simple and less stress and save you time and save you money. And if you ever have any questions at all, just shoot me an email, kate@ahealthypassion.com. I'd love to help you get started. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope to see you on the other side.